Bill Hugel here. We are now moving into the next video. Now today, obviously, as I do, and I have the chart open here so I can see, because I told you we're avid traders, so I can see what's going on in the background as we do this. So pay no mind to that. It's a good day, but if emergencies happen, we got to be on top of it. But hey, that's the beauty about this, and we're going to talk about this. So let's get here. We'll figure out where you're going next, what your next step is, and then we'll go from there, and we'll do some kind of talking, some theory, some understanding, some things, just so you get where we want to go and things that we want to do and some of the mindset that's involved. So first and foremost, we found the 5 hottest niches. Most of you did the Quick Start program. You're in the group right now. As I post this today, we got another member made his first sale online ever. Like that's pretty impressive stuff. And you know, after he figured it out and thought about it and we talked about it, it's really not a lot of work. So like 10 minutes, he's building his list, he's doing this stuff. So that's big news, and we've had a lot of people do that. So the goal and the reason behind the Quick Start is to get you started, give you something to do, kind of introduce some technical elements that will have you understanding where we're going to go moving forward. So that's why we do that. Then next up, what you're doing is you're going through JV Zoo Warrior Plus. You should be playing with these marketplaces anyways, because just like your squeeze page tool or your autoresponder or your domain, it's a tool. And it's going to be probably your most profitable set of tools that you have. All together, they work. But you're looking through, you went through, you found your niches. You also posted that in the group. Again, I did that move too much for this thing. But you posted in the group. You've gotten feedback, which is fantastic. So everybody's moving forward. Then what you did is you created a PDF. Now, one of the things I want to talk about with the PDF real quick is that don't worry about being perfect, okay? Get out there, mess it up, throw something together. And I said that in the video. And we're doing this different because it's not really too hard to... and the dog's going crazy. Hey, shush. Hey, shush. There we go. See? That's me telling a little pug what's up. So what was I saying? So yeah. So we've gone through, we make the PDF, we're going to put it in the members area. I'm going to show you how to class all this up and add some bonuses down the road. But for right now, let's just get the PDF done. That's where you're at. Next up, I showed you how to build this site. Well, I actually had Samuel walk you through the technical part of it, but we talked about the importance of how to set things up when you're setting up your thank you page. Now, in the first portion, right, that's what we've done. So we've done the quick start, we've done the research, we've made a PDF. Now we've got a simple little one-page website up, a little thank you page. And what we're going to do is we're going to make another one, but I'm going to get you to push your barriers. Now, if you don't want to do what I say here, that's 100% cool. There is another way to get this done that you're going to like. But a video course. So what you do is you take your PDF, you save it, you export it, save it, revert it to a slide share, whether that's PowerPoint or Pages or Keynote or whatever on Apple. Doesn't matter, you're going to save it, and then you're just going to make some bullet point slides out of that PDF. So you'll be able to delete a lot, and then you're just going to make a screen share video. Now there are some free options out there. I personally am on Mac and I like ScreenFlow, so that's what I use. There's always ways around it because if you're on PC, there's some expensive stuff, but there are free tools that are available to you to screen share your videos. So make sure that you find them and you look them up. I don't know what they are. I've never used the free ones. I went out and just found a way to get access to screen sharing software when I needed it. So I'll just kind of tell you to do the same. I know some people, this isn't mandatory, guys. There are free solutions, okay? So don't come to me and say, Bill, do I have to pay this money for this? No, you don't. Now, ScreenFlow is only like $100, but I remember how hard it was, and sometimes for some people, you're in a position where there's not a lot of funds. I know sometimes I say it's only $100, but that's now. There was a point in my life where $100 was like, oh my goodness, that's dinner. You know, that's a week's worth of groceries. So I understand that. So use free tools if you can. They're out there, they exist, and they exist kind of for these reasons, so that these little companies can make their names and start charging these higher ticket prices. So I understand if you can't afford a really good one, but that said, don't let that be an excuse for not doing it. There are tons of free free solutions that we can come up with. And somebody may have it in the group and they want to edit your video for you or whatever. I'm not really sure how you guys could do that as a group, but in the group we do find things. So don't let that stand you. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your PDF, you're going to take your PDF, you're going to export it as slides. You can do this on Google Docs, you can do this anywhere. If you don't have Word, using Google Docs is what you should be using anyways because it's free. And I don't know if Word still charges. If it does, it's stupid because you can use Google Docs. So yeah, now we're just making a simple little video course. What I'm going to say now, before you even worry about editing videos, is revert your PDF to the slides, put them up on Google Docs, share them in your thread, and I'll go through it and explain to you how you're going to do it. So that's it. That's all you got to do is come into the group, bring me your slides. So you're just exporting a PDF, you're reverting it over to slides, and that's it. That's it. If you want to get a tech video on that, go and Google it and YouTube it. Like seriously, it's you need to learn how to use your computer that well anyways. If you don't know how to revert and export, I didn't. Like, I'm not mocking you and I'm not being an ass. I actually didn't I didn't know how to do this stuff. I didn't even know how to copy and paste. I didn't know that you could Command C or Control C and copy up until last year. I've been doing this for 5-6 years. I don't even remember how long I've been full-time now, but I've been doing this a long time. I didn't even know that you could press Control C and Control V to copy and paste. So you got to learn this stuff. It's really, honestly, it's not worth the time to go make a video and render it that shows you how to right-click and save a file. So just check YouTube. And that's it. Bring that into the group. We'll talk about making it look better. I'll help you edit them. Spencer will give you some feedback here. He's doing some really big things in the background, by the way, guys. I'm constantly talking to him about it, and we don't want to inundate you guys with all the stuff that we're doing, but he's doing lots of stuff in the background that's going to make everything here easier for you guys. And we're also putting people on the calendar now. We're going to have launches like crazy with launch members that are taking action. A little bit of coffee here. So yeah, so just go do that. Don't worry about even doing your videos yet. You don't have to make them. We'll talk about that inside the group. And I'll kind of give you some explanations because not everybody can do this. Like what I'm doing right now is pretty difficult for a lot of people to do. They don't have the gift of the gab, but that's why we're using slides. We're giving you a layout. So that's what you're going to do. Don't be stressed out. And then we're just going to take that video, we're going to put it on YouTube as unlisted, and then we're going to go put it on another thank you page that's pretty much exactly the same as the one for the PDF. We're going to take that video when it's all said and done. So after you've come to the group, we're going to take that video, we're going to upload it to YouTube, we're going to grab an embed code, and we're going to put it into our video. Now Samuel shows you how to do that in the membership pages, which are available in the tech video section. So you just go how to make a thank you page or membership page, and it shows you right there how to do that with a video. So don't worry about it. This is getting the understanding. If you need the tech, we've got the tech videos there for you. So that's what you're going to do. But first and foremost, just bring your slides in and then we'll worry about that. We can coach you through the process. It's not a big deal. We have the videos. I can point you to the video at the time you need it. But the important part, get the PDF to the slides, come to the group, share them. Let's make it work. So let's just take a little breather. That was the important stuff I needed to get out. So now what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk a little bit about mindset and the importance of setting your mind right. And I'm going to try and do this more and more often. Now, I cannot stress enough. I have been a worker. Look, some of you at this point don't actually know anything about me. So I'm going to break down my story so that you know that I'm not just some internet guy or one of these trust fund baby kids that has a whole bunch of money and makes it look like you earned this. Like, I bootstrapped this, okay? We had a thriving construction company in 2008. We were on pace to do like a couple million that year, which was huge for me. We had about $300,000 worth of work that was going to take maybe 2-3 months. And in 2008, all the phones just started ringing. We're keeping our work. We're keeping our work. We're keeping our work. We're not building. We're not building. Lost it all. $50,000 in tools. We went $100,000 in debt paying our guys because we were like, oh, this is temporary, but it turns out it was a global economic collapse. Maybe not so global as much as North American, but it was felt everywhere, but we felt it here. So needless to say, lost everything. I went from my salary was $65 an hour down to, what was it? I could make $18 an hour as a foreman. And trust me, it sucked. I know for some people $18 an hour is good, but in that business, it was not good. I went from 65 to 18, and we had massive amounts of debt. So, like, I've been there. I grew up poor. I know what it's like. My mother doesn't even like rich people. She thinks that they are, I don't know, evil, intrinsically screwed up somehow, that they got there by cheating and doing all kinds of crap. It's not true. It's not how it happened. I wanted more. You know, we grew up like super poor. Like, I don't have it, it's over there. There's a catalog for one of the stores here. At Christmas time, I would cut the toys out, and those were like, I'd get one crap toy that she could afford, and I'd play with the pieces of paper as though they were toys, because we couldn't afford good things. So I know what rough life is. I know scraping together change as a parent and having to go buy milk for your kids. I know having my bank account shut down after getting a paycheck, $1,800. I owed tax money, so I got the $1,800. I put it in the bank account. It took no longer than by the time I got to the store that was like 5 minutes away, they had frozen my assets. I had absolutely nothing, no money, no how. I had a wife and 2 kids to provide for. So I get shit, okay? I know what it's like to be at the bottom of the barrel. So when I seem hard or like a little bit of an ass or I'm being aggressive, it's not because I haven't been there. It's because I understand what type of mentality you need to cultivate as an individual to get past all of this. Now, if you have financial struggles and you have a spouse and a family and friends that are constantly telling you, no, you cannot do this, you're crazy, give it up, just do things normally. If you suffer through any of that, I've been there as well. This is not an easy road. The work, guys, the traffic, this is so easy. This technical shit, it may seem tough right now, but it's so easy compared to what you have to put up with from external forces every single day. And some of the things you may be saying to yourself about your life in the way that it is right now. So we need to work on a strong mental mindset. Now, I have my phone here, but what I listen to is I go to the gym. Also, guys, when I finally got home, I got really out of shape. I was getting really big, really winded, didn't feel good, felt like a failure. I'd achieved my number one goal and I felt like a failure. Now, you know, I'm doing all right. We got some muscles. They're not big, they're not huge, but you know what? I feel good about how I look, which means I walk with my head held high. So that's what I want to talk about here. You're chasing the impossible. What we do and what we put into our brain in our spare time is what makes the difference. Now you're going to say, Bill, come on. Guys, a one-armed blindfolded monkey can learn this stuff. It may seem tough for you right now, but if I can learn how to do more than copy and paste on a computer, you can. So this technical stuff doesn't matter. It's simple. Eventually one day you'll just be like that, you'll be like that, and you'll be like, oh, this sucks, just get somebody else to do it. That's how you'll be. Right now, it takes some time. I get it. But this is easy. What's hard is in here. It's believing, it's taking the risk, it's buying into yourself, into the system, into the process, and it's what you fill your brain with in your downtime. So what I would do is every day I would drive to work, I would listen to different things. Tony Robbins, I would go to YouTube, I would rip the videos, I would download the videos, then I would rip it into an audio file so I could put it on my MP3, and I'd listen to stuff on the way to work. By the way, there was a time when I was driving around in a 94 Volvo that didn't have a heater in the winter, listening to this stuff in my headset as I drove, freezing my ass off because it's Canada. So I was like, seriously, when you're in that situation and you're listening to Tony Robbins tell you you can do it, you have to be crazy to believe that he's right. But fast forward, here I am. I've traveled the world to talk. I'm working with another 7-figure marketer right now. Looks like it got really blurry. There we go. We popped it out. And we're here doing this with you. So some of the things I'm going to start posting, and please guys, I'm totally cool if you want to post some encouraging stuff in the lounge and some positive vibe stuff. Just do it on your own thread. The more and more we do this, the more people will see. I'm going to post them randomly. And I think that you guys should be posting them. I think you should be finding them, seeing them, and believing them, because what you're doing right now is the most important part, which is the taking action. But you're not going to be able to continue to take the action unless you're filling your mind with the right types of stuff. So over the next couple days, I'm gonna share some things with you. Well, in the lounge, just regularly, I'm going to share some stuff with you that's more mindset, that's more positive, that's more about getting you into what it takes up here to succeed. Because there's two types. Let me give you the example. Somebody who's got their mind right, that's brand new, will go out, they'll buy a solo, they'll make 25 bucks, they'll spend 45, and they'll be like, I got 100 subs, I've made my first sale, like this shit is possible. I'm going to tell my partner I made a sale. Now my partner's not going to care. They're going to be like, big deal, how much have you spent so far? But they don't care, because what matters is that they got the proof. They got that little taste. And they're going to be driven. It doesn't matter. They could fall on their face another 100 million times, but they're getting up because they made one sale. Then they make 2, then they make 3, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Then they start doing affiliate promos, and they're like, wow, they just keep going, and they keep building. And those are the people that are listening to positive things, that are just building up that fire, that desire, that difference, that uniqueness, that mindset that it takes to win. And to conquer all the negativity in your life. Now there's the other person. And I don't know, for you to decide. It's your decision which one of these people you are. I can't tell you. I try not to judge because sometimes you'll go back and forth between these people. But another person will get a squeeze page. They'll take out a solo. They'll make a sale. They'll be like, that was only $6. I only got 100 people on my list. This is stupid. Like, great, yay, but like, why am I not rich now? This is crap. And then what they'll do is they'll go to work and they'll hate work, or they'll do the things that they don't like. They'll get involved. They'll be completely enveloped by everything that isn't this. Oh, let's clear it back up. I don't know what that's doing today. So they'll get super involved in everything that isn't this. And then they'll get to a point where they remember why they were doing this. They'll come back, and instead of remembering what they're doing, they're going to have to start all over again. And that includes mindset, the work, the technical. They haven't been practicing. Like maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, but they haven't been practicing and doing these things that once you do it with practice, you're like, suddenly you can whip up a squeeze page that's going to convert at 60% in like 5 minutes. You just know because you do it. And it doesn't take long. It doesn't take months to figure that one out. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to crack that code. It just takes a little bit of practice. So they got to start over because they're not filling their mind with anything. Maybe they're watching TV now instead of coming here and seeing what happened in the lounge. Instead of scrolling through the lounge and looking at success stories, maybe they saw some success story and they're like, what a joke, or they're mad or they're negative. Those types of things. But they're surrounded in something that's not their dream. They lose sight of what it takes, what they're doing, and why they're doing it. And we don't want that. That's why we're here. That's why we're so available to you guys. And why we try and do, why it was so important to get this out at this price point, to do it at this price. Now, sometimes people are going to be like, I get it. What we need to do is work on building our mindset so that we can also take Grumpy Bill, like, dude, that's silly. Like, let's go. We've talked about this 100 times. Just do it. You can do that when you have the mind right. So what we're going to be doing now is in these posts, it's going to be about feeding your emotion, feeding your energy, giving you things that will impact your life based on the positive feelings that you're putting out. Now, no, I don't think positive feelings are enough. But if you ask anybody who's come in contact with me, they usually say, Bill, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. And there's a reason for it. Is when you're moving through life as a nice guy and doing cool things, you're easy to get along with. Sometimes you're going to get stepped on. But you know what I've found is the pain of being stepped on doesn't equal the pain of being an asshole. So I'm always working on positive, nice vibes. I think they're integral to what you're trying to do. That said, assholes are gonna make tons of money too. It's just not the way I lead life. So some of it's pretty intense. It's like winter stuff and like, oh, it's really grinding. A lot of it's for the gym or for when I'm walking or when I'm feeling down. I need to just get that fire. Because look, out of sadness and depression doesn't come work. What comes from, what does make success, sadness and depression don't make success. What does make success is anger. Anger is a very good fuel. It just gets you intense and zeroes you in. And what you'll notice is if you get that thrust of anger, of like aggression, it usually pans out into a nice even keel. It'll go whichever direction you want. So right, you get angry and then you get all negative and bitter. It runs you into a negative, bitter, grumpy mindset. If you get that rush of anger and you're like, yeah, and you get positive and you get going and you get pumped, it's going to carry that forward. And people are going to see you walking with your head high. People are going to notice the smile. They're going to notice the eye contact. And it's like instantly, your life will change. So I know this is a little bit more than what we bargained for when we picked this up, but this is part of it. And this is just the real deal. You're going to get what you put into this, and that includes your mind. The technical stuff, yeah, I understand it might be a bit of a struggle right now, but don't worry. It's honestly the easiest stuff. We need to work on the mind. So go ahead, get that homework done, get the slides into the group on your thread. We'll get to work on those and creating a nice back area, members area for both. Because what this is going to be, if I didn't mention it, is your OTO. So comment down below if you're on Facebook right now and say, I've watched this all, because like we're at another 21 minute video. Yay! So anyways, also let me know what you think about the content. Do you want more of the boring ass, do this, do that, do this kind of crap? Because we have all the tech videos. I think if I explain your homework to you and then I point you into the direction of the tech video, I think that's going to be easiest. Either way, Spencer and I are here to try and make this the best experience for you that we possibly can. And that's going to take your feedback. So please, please, please leave some comments below. But more importantly, comment, I've watched this all down below. Later.